Big weekend in the Premier League. There's 10 games. How about taking 6 of those games, correctly predicting them to win $50,000? Hey, what's going on, everyone? Jason Mattis, of course, with Winning Bets, hanging out with you guys on this episode. We're talking Premier League, the NBC Sports Predictor app, and a chance to win $50,000. That's right. They give you 6 of the 10 games this week in the Premier League. You got to give them the correct score and result for all 6 of those games to take home that $50,000. If not, you can compete for $1,000 that NBC will give away or $25 that I give away each and every single week to the winner of the Winning Bets League. If you need that league information, you can grab it from this video description. Once in that league, it's pretty easy. Just have the most match points and you can win my money. Let's take a look and see who won last week. Looks like we've got Nayware13 with 34 points, and I believe this is Nate. Nate always commenting on the videos. You guys see him from time to time. So if I've got this correctly, I believe it's Nate. Just a great job there, Nate, getting 34 points. You got 3 correct scores. You also got the result right in Leicester versus Brighton. 34 points is absolutely fantastic. Hit me up on Twitter. Drop me your PayPal information, and I'll go ahead and send you that 25 bucks. As for everybody else, good luck again this weekend. We all start off with 0 points, and I hope you can do it. Before we dive into the matches, we of course always want to make sure we look back at the previous match week and kind of recap and see what happened. It's been a while since there's been the Premier League. You've had more EFL Cup and FA Cups, which will kind of have a disruption here to the Premier League schedule. So if we do take a look back, you've got to go all the way back to 2 weekends ago, because there was the FA Cup last weekend. There was that Thursday night game between City and Tottenham where Tottenham gets the 2-goal advantage at halftime, but City comes all the way back in the second half and get 4 goals and just a dramatic comeback, and one that could really help them as they push on to try and catch Arsenal, for the title. That's going to give them belief that, you're down 2-0 at halftime against a good Spurs team, but you're able to come back and flip that to a 4-2 win. Good stuff right there. Newcastle and Palace played out to 0-0. Game was dominated by Newcastle, just couldn't quite find the goal. West Ham gets a 2-1 win over Everton. That actually sacks Frank Lampard. We'll be talking about that one as there's now a new manager of Sean Dice is at Goodison Park and trying to lead the direction. Southampton and Villa played out to 1-0, boring game, but Unai Emery, look, in these close games, if you want to know maybe if Villa can win or lose them, they've got Unai Emery, just a great technician there, a world-class football manager, and he can make the difference in these low-scoring matches. He did in that 1-0 game right there. 2-2 between Leicester and Brighton, just a goal fest as you get in Leicester matches, and Brighton's just been great. They were able to hold on to their players at the transfer window. They held on to a Casado. They held on to a McAllister. So they're going to be strong in this second half as they make a push to try and get European football. Bournemouth and Nottingham, they played out to a 1-1 draw. Bournemouth is in trouble, conceded the most goals in the league and really atrocious on the road. So they needed that point at home against Forest. They got a point. Chelsea, Liverpool, boring, 0-0. Talked about that one. Put in the bet of under 2.5. Just an easy, just boring, game between Chelsea and Liverpool, which is what you've gotten in their head-to-heads. Then rolling on to Sunday's action, Arsenal and Man United. Arsenal able to get the 3-2 win. Late winner. Probably should have been a draw, but United was punished again just for falling asleep there late in matches, just like they did against Crystal Palace. They did against Arsenal, and credit Arsenal. They apply enough pressure to where they also kind of deserve to win games like that. They're always creating enough, putting, the defense, in a tough spot. So Arsenal gets it done. City beats Wolves 3-0. Talked about that one on Between the Posts, how Wolves wasn't even going to get a look at the goal, how you could take their under shots on target prop. That one hit. Just an easy win there for Manchester City. Leeds, Brentford 0-0. That was a head scratcher in terms of that one being 0-0. I personally lost money on that. I was on the over 2.5. Both teams to score. Chances galore, just couldn't quite find the back of the net. So, and then Monday, actually there was a match on Monday, Fulham, Spurs. Thought Fulham was going to be better at home. They did create some chances in the first 20 minutes, and then Spurs got that goal before halftime. And then generally speaking, outside of the first 5 minutes of that second half, Spurs were the better team, in that second half. So that's how the last Premier League, again, it was 2 weeks ago. We've had so much FA Cup and EFL Cup. Hopefully we can just get a run now of Premier League and then midweek Champions League. That's all we want right there. All right, let's go ahead and turn our attention now to this week. Again, we've got 6 games. We've got to correctly predict all 6 games to win that $50,000. This starts off with a tough one. It's Aston Villa taking on Leicester, and This one I was really, of the 6 matches, probably the most conflicted on, and the most hardest, trying to decide the number of goals, whether it was going to be an over or an under, trying to decide who's going to win. Feels like possibly an under. Leicester's been doing pretty good lately on the defensive end. Unai Emery is going to set them up technically, right, defensively, so they're not going to concede a lot. So this one feels like maybe an under 2.5, but also maybe feels like each team gets a goal, and then who can find a winner? If I trust one of these two clubs to be the winner, I trust Villa. I trust Unai Emery. I trust them at home at Villa Park. So I'm going to lean Villa here and think it does go over 2.5. So I'm going Villa 2-1 win. Again, I thought this was the hardest of the 6 games. If you want to go with an under, and if you want to go with a draw or a Leicester win, I can't be mad at you. This one's really tough, but I'm going to do 2-1 Villa. 2-1 Villa. All right, now we get into some easier matchups here between Manchester United and Crystal Palace. We just saw this one 17 days ago at Selhurst Park. United dominated. They dominated. They were just punished for not getting a second goal, right? In the 70th minute, they pulled off Weghorst, threw on McTominay, went defensive, let Palace kind of grow into that game the last 15, 20 minutes at home. And they got a free kick, and it was a beautiful free kick by Elise. Chipped it under the bar, or, hits the underneath of the bar, bounces in. Just a beautiful free kick, but United was punished for not getting that insurance goal. They're not going to make the same mistake here at home, at Old Trafford. It's not like that was 2 months ago and United players have forgotten about it. It was 17 days ago they had that big mistake against Palace. Not going to repeat that. I think it's clean sheet. Just like they were in control at Selhurst Park, they'll be in control here at Old Trafford. I went clean sheet 2-0. 2-0. It could go 3-0 at home, but Palace is usually good defensive, so I'll go 2-0. Give me a 2-0 win for United. The next matchup here is another one where between Wolves and Liverpool, I see Liverpool winning. It's whether or not they can keep a clean sheet. No Konate, no Virgil van Dijk. Both of them are out injured, so you're going to get Gomez and Matip as your center backs, more than likely. I think that's enough against this Wolves team. Wolves just doesn't have enough offensive to really scare me. You saw this game played out in the FA Cup a couple weeks ago with Liverpool coming off that bad Brighton performance, then playing good at the Molineux. They'll use that. That wasn't too long ago. I don't see Wolves scoring. I'm going clean sheet again. Clean sheet again. Liverpool's better. They'll have enough. I'm going 2-0. I think they'll be able to pull this one out 2-0. Next matchup at St. James Park is Newcastle taking on West Ham, and Newcastle is just absolutely fantastic. Look, of all the top 5 leagues in Europe, Newcastle has the most clean sheets. Newcastle has the most clean sheets of any club in the top 5 leagues of Europe. No big surprise. Obviously, that comes with only conceding 11 goals in the Premier League. Obviously, league best. 11 goals. That's all they've conceded. 11 goals. West Ham has struggled, whether it's been Antonio or Scamacca leading the line. Bowen and Fornals aren't having a great season. Souček from midfield. He's always good for goals, it seems like, all campaign. And he's not really chipping them in, so I think West Ham's going to struggle. They have the firepower. Look, if you want to give West Ham a goal here, I understand. They've got the firepower. But that firepower is not producing this season. They're not scoring a goal per game in the Premier League. They are struggling. Now you're going to the team that's keeping the clean sheet almost every damn week in, week out. I'm going Newcastle here, and I'm going clean sheet. They've been impressive controlling matches. They've been full-on controlling them against Southampton 2 times in the EFL Cup. Controlled that match against Crystal Palace. Controlled that match against Fulham. I'm going Newcastle, clean sheet, 2-0 win. 2-0 win for Newcastle. Next couple matches takes us to Sunday with the first one between Nottingham and Leeds. I just see goals. You want to back Nottingham at home, right? Atrocious. Go look up their away form, and they're god-awful. All they do is concede on the road. But at home, they actually score. This is where they've scored the majority of their goals. I believe it's 11 of their 13 goals. If I'm recalling, or 11 of, I think it's 17 actually, have come at home. They love scoring at home. They're still conceding. You get that against the Leeds team that's added McKennie to the great attack that they've already got. Rodrigo is out with an injury, so look for Bamford to come back into the squad. Rodrigo picked up that injury in training, so that's a big blow to them. But Bamford can come in and hold it down. He's always going to be injured in his own right, but when he's healthy, he can contribute. He is healthy right now. Look, you could get a all USA midfield, right? Could have Tyler Adams, could have Brendan Aronson, and could have Weston McKennie. So how about that? Tune in to Leeds matches. They're becoming the American squad now that they've picked up McKennie over there from Juventus. We like everything about a Leeds attack. We like them scoring goals, like Forest at home scoring goals. I'm going high scoring. If I had to pick a winner, I'm going to pick Leeds, just a better starting 11 than what Forest can put out there. And even though Forest is tougher at home, this is going to be tough. Jesse Marsch, high energy, high pressing, high tempo for the full 90 minutes. I'm going Leeds 3-2. Leeds 3-2. This one's going to be an absolute goal fest. Sit back and watch the goals fly on in. Leeds 3-2 win. All right, then the last matchup here is Tottenham versus City. We're going to go ahead and run back that fixture from a couple weeks ago. Look, it was City 4-2. Spurs were gifted their first goal. Ederson, you can't handicap that stuff, right? You can't handicap Ederson just playing really terrible and just put his defender in a bad spot. Just a terrible play out of the back. It was put his defender under so much pressure, turned it over, easy goal by Spurs. The second goal for Spurs, they did, that's what their game plan is, what they want to do against City is play on the counter, turn you over, and get a goal. That second goal was perfect Spurs. And then the second half was just all City. I mean, it was just all City, one-way traffic. Spurs didn't even get a shot on target in that second half. City flipped the switch. So it's somewhere in between there for me. Somewhere in between of Spurs getting a 2-0 lead at halftime and somewhere in between City dominating the second half and getting 4 goals. I do think Spurs will get a goal. Conte seems to have this City team figured out. They put in good performances, generally speaking, against City with Conte as the manager. So I think they get a goal. City's not quite going to get 4. I settled on 3. So I went Man City 3-1. Give me a 3-1 Man City win at White Hart Lane. All right, that's how we'll do it this week here on the NBC Sports Predictor app. If you want a breakdown of all 10 games, go ahead and check out this week's episode of Between the Posts, where Matt and I took all 10 games this week of the Premier League, give bets for some of those, give leans out for every single game. So go check that out if you want some more action for this week in Premier League. Otherwise, guys, I, of course, want to wish you guys good luck on your picks. We'll see you back here next week.
That was a lot of fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and good luck with your picks. If interested in placing real sports bets, then check out my latest daily free sports betting video in the bottom right corner. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next contest.